A new 2025 veterinarian report has revealed something truly heartbreaking. Almost every person who owns an indoor dog is making the same mistakes every single day, mistakes that slowly hurt the very animal they love the most. Not out of neglect, not out of cruelty, but out of love. The kind of love that comforts the heart, yet confuses the dog, weakens the bond, and quietly shortens their life. Picture this: your dog, lying peacefully on the couch, tail wagging softly, trusting you completely. You smile, thinking they're happy, safe, and content. But what if I told you that inside that comfort, there's silent suffering you can't see? That the very routines you thought were keeping them safe are in fact stealing away years of their life? It sounds impossible, doesn't it? Because we love them like family, we feed them, we hug them, we keep them warm. How could love ever hurt? But veterinarians are warning: our homes, our habits, even our cleaning products are slowly creating an invisible world of stress and danger for our indoor dogs. So before you scroll past or tell yourself, "My dog's fine," promise me one thing: stay with me until the end. Because what you'll discover today might completely change how you care for your dog. It could prevent years of pain and maybe add years to their life. If you have an indoor dog, never ever do these things. Let's begin with the first mistake, the one that quietly destroys your dog's body from the inside out. Mistake 1. The exercise starvation. You think that short 10-minute bathroom walk is enough? It's not. For your dog, it's torture disguised as routine. Dogs were born to move, to chase, to patrol, to explore. In the wild, they travel 10 to 15 miles every single day. Your indoor dog might barely reach half a mile if lucky. That's not laziness. That's a life of quiet frustration. When they chew your furniture or bark nonstop, it's not defiance, it's desperation. Their mind is begging for stimulation. Their muscles are screaming for release. And when we ignore that, they don't just gain weight, they lose spirit. That calm dog on your couch isn't relaxed. They've simply given up trying to tell you they're unhappy. So start today. One long walk, one adventure, one new smell. Give them back the world they were born to explore. Mistake 2. The water bowl disaster. It's such a small thing. A bowl of water sitting quietly in the corner, but look closer. That cloudy film, the few floating hairs, the smell you can't quite name, that's not harmless. That's a breeding ground for bacteria, mold, and algae. Every sip from that bowl is your dog drinking from a petri dish. Most indoor dogs are chronically dehydrated and their owners have no idea. Dry gums, sunken eyes, dark urine, all silent cries for help. Dirty or stagnant water leads to kidney disease, urinary infections, even organ failure, and plastic bowls. They trap bacteria in scratches, poisoning slowly and visibly. Fresh water isn't luxury, it's survival. Change it twice a day. Use stainless steel or ceramic bowls. Place a few around your home. Add ice cubes in the summer. Clean them like you'd clean your own glass, because every drop your dog drinks should give life, not sickness. Mistake 3. The bathroom nightmare. You rush to work in the morning, come home late, and take your dog out twice a day. It feels responsible, but it's actually cruel. Imagine holding your bladder for 10 hours straight, day after day. That's what most indoor dogs are forced to do. Their pain is invisible, their suffering quiet. But inside, their bladder stretches, their kidneys strain, and their body breaks down. Adult dogs can only hold urine for 6 to 8 hours, and that's pushing it. Puppies and senior dogs need even more breaks. When they finally can't hold it and have an accident, we punish them, not realizing they were in medical crisis. They're not disobedient, they're desperate. A simple solution: hire a dog walker, install a dog door, or arrange midday breaks. What seems small to you is life-changing to them. Never mistake their silence for comfort. Mistake 4. The dental horror. Your dog's mouth hides a secret, one that causes slow, constant agony. By the age of 3, more than 80% of dogs have periodontal disease. Infected gums, rotting teeth, bacteria flooding into the bloodstream, but they'll never show it. Dogs are survivors. They'll keep eating through pain that would make us cry. That doggy breath you've gotten used to isn't normal. It's infection. Every swallow sends bacteria to the heart, liver, and kidneys. Every day without cleaning the damage spreads a little further, so check their mouth. If you see red gums, yellow teeth, or smell something foul, act now. Brush daily with dog toothpaste. Offer dental chews. Schedule professional cleanings. Don't wait until they stop eating, by then it's too late. Their mouth is small, but the pain inside it can consume their whole world. Mistake 5. The obesity epidemic. We call them chubby cute or fluffy. But behind those words is a reality we don't want to face. Obesity is the #1 preventable killer of dogs today. Just 10% overweight can shorten their life by years. Every extra pound crushes their joints, strains their heart, and suffocates their lungs. You might think you're showing love with treats, but what you're really giving is poison disguised as affection. Dogs don't understand calories. They only understand approval. They beg because we've taught them that begging brings joy, not because they're hungry. Run your hands along your dog's ribs. If you can't feel them easily, it's time to make a change. Measure meals. Cut treats to 10% of their daily calories. Skip table scraps. Give walks instead of snacks. Because true love isn't feeding them until they're full, it's keeping them alive, healthy, and happy for as long as possible. We've just looked at the silent physical mistakes, the ones you can see in their body. But what about the ones you can't see? The ones that break their spirit, not their bones. The next part will open your eyes to the mental and emotional suffering that most indoor dogs endure every single day. Mistake 6. The toxic cleaning apocalypse. We all want our homes to smell clean, fresh, safe. But those bottles lined up under your sink, the pine-scented sprays, the bleach, the floor cleaners are quietly poisoning your dog every single day. When you mop the floor with harsh chemicals, your dog walks across the wet surface, then licks their paws to clean themselves. What they're actually licking is poison. Their liver can't process toxins the way ours can. Each small dose builds up day after day until their organs can't handle it anymore. You might notice them drooling after cleaning days or walking a little unsteady or coughing. It's not random, it's chemical exposure. Bleach fumes linger at their nose level, burning their lungs, irritating their eyes. Air fresheners, carpet powders. All those pleasant smells are toxic clouds to a creature who lives inches above the floor. Switch to pet-safe enzyme cleaners. Vinegar-based sprays or natural alternatives. Open your windows after cleaning, because the sparkling floor you're proud of shouldn't be the reason your dog is slowly getting sick. Mistake 7. The essential oil. Nightmare. You light a diffuser, breathe deeply, and smile. The room fills with lavender or eucalyptus. Peace for you, but poison for them. Dogs have over 300 million scent receptors. What smells soothing to you can feel like a choking fog to them. Tea tree, peppermint, pine, citrus. All these natural oils cause liver damage, neurological problems, and respiratory distress in dogs. Even so-called pet-safe oils can be dangerous because dogs metabolize chemicals differently. Those invisible droplets land on their fur, they groom themselves, and ingest the very toxins we thought were harmless. When they start drooling, trembling, or breathing heavily, it's not anxiety. It's toxicity. You're turning your living room into a gas chamber without knowing it. The safest scent for your dog is clean air. Let the smell of love and safety, not chemicals, fill your home. Mistake 8. The yard poison. You step outside and admire your perfect green lawn, but your dog sees something else, a battlefield of invisible toxins. Those fertilizers, pesticides, and weed killers that make your grass flawless are silently attacking their organs. When your dog walks across treated grass, every step absorbs chemicals through their paws. When they lick their fur, they swallow poison. Vomiting, diarrhea, seizures, even cancer, all traced back to chemicals meant to make our yards beautiful. Even cocoa mulch, which smells amazing, can kill your dog. Mushrooms that pop up after rain can be deadly within hours. The world outside your door isn't always safe, even if it looks perfect. Create a dog-safe zone. Use organic alternatives. Rinse their paws after every walk. Their outdoor time should refresh them, not destroy them. The yard that looks healthy shouldn't be the place that slowly steals their life. Mistake 9. The air quality. Neglect. You open windows for yourself, but have you ever thought about what your dog breathes? Our homes are sealed tight, full of air fresheners, candles, cleaning fumes, and cooking smoke. For dogs, it's like living inside a sealed jar. They spend hours at floor level where the air is heaviest and most polluted. Dust, chemical residue, and artificial fragrances linger there. Over time, this leads to chronic coughing, irritated eyes, weakened immunity, and even early aging. Dogs can't tell you when the air feels heavy, but you'll see it in their tiredness, their slower steps, their quiet discomfort. Open the windows. Use air purifiers. Avoid synthetic candles. Fresh air isn't a luxury, it's therapy. Because your dog doesn't just live in your home, they breathe it every second, every day. We've talked about the toxins you can see and the ones you can't. But what if the real danger isn't in the air or the water, but in the silence? The next part will take you inside your dog's mind, where loneliness, boredom, and emotional starvation can hurt just as much as any chemical. Mistake 10. The mental breakdown. You come home and your dog's been sleeping all day. You think they're calm, they're fine. But that stillness isn't peace, it's depression. It's what experts call learned helplessness. Dogs are born problem solvers. They were bred for work, to hunt, guard, herd, protect. But when they live indoors with no challenges, no puzzles, no purpose, their mind starts to fade. That long nap on the couch isn't rest, it's escape. Without mental stimulation, dogs lose motivation, joy, and confidence. They start licking themselves, obsessively barking at nothing, or simply staring into space. They're not being lazy. They're giving up. Just 20 minutes of mental exercise a day, puzzle feeders sent. Games, training sessions can transform their world. When your dog uses their brain, their tail wags differently. It's not just movement, it's joy returning to life. Mistake 11. The separation anxiety trap. We leave for work and tell ourselves, they'll be fine, but they're not. Every time that door closes, your dog thinks you're gone forever. To them, it's not a routine, it's heartbreak. Repeated every single day. Dogs are pack animals. Being alone isn't rest, it's panic. The torn pillows, the scratched doors, the barking. Those aren't bad habits. They're desperate messages saying, I thought you'd never come back. Chronic separation anxiety changes a dog's brain chemistry. Cortisol levels spike. Their immune system weakens. Some dogs stop eating, some self-harm, some simply shut down. Start small. Leave for 5 minutes, then 10, then an hour. Don't make goodbyes dramatic. Create a safe space, a familiar blanket, a toy that smells like you, soft music playing. Remind them that you always come back, because in their world, you are everything. Mistake 12. The emotional neglect. You feed them, you walk them, you take them to the vet, but do you touch them? Do you look them in the eyes and let them feel your love? Emotional neglect doesn't look like abuse, but it feels like emptiness. Dogs need affection as much as food. Gentle touch releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone that calms their heart and lowers their stress. Without it, their world becomes lonely, silent, and cold, even if they're surrounded by luxury. A 5-second ear rub, a moment of eye contact, a soft word before bed. These are not small gestures. They're life support for a soul that lives to please you. Never underestimate the power of presence. For your dog, love is spelled T-I-M-E. FEMA mistake 13. The breed-specific neglect. A husky isn't a chihuahua. A border collie isn't a bulldog. Yet so many people treat all dogs the same schedule, same food, same expectations, and wonder why problems start. Each breed carries generations of purpose. Herding breeds need jobs to do. Working breeds crave intensity. Toy breeds need warmth and security. When we ignore those needs, their instincts turn inward, becoming anxiety, frustration, or destruction. That restless husky pacing the house isn't stubborn, they're trapped in the wrong life. That anxious shepherd barking at everything isn't aggressive, they're understimulated. Learn who your dog really is. Read about their breed. Match their needs, not just their looks. Because loving a dog isn't about ownership, it's about understanding the soul you chose to bring into your home. You've seen what happens when the mind breaks and the heart suffers. But there's another kind of neglect, the quiet, everyday kind, when we skip the simple routines that keep our dogs healthy. That's what we'll face next. The hidden dangers of poor maintenance and forgotten care. Mistake 14. The flea apocalypse. You think my dog stays inside so fleas aren't a problem, but that's exactly how infestations begin in the homes of people who believe they're safe. Fleas don't need the outdoors to thrive. They hitch rides on your clothes, your shoes, or the visitors who stop by. One flea lays 50 eggs a day. Within weeks, your soft carpet turns into a battlefield, crawling with larvae eggs and bloodthirsty parasites. By the time you see one flea, hundreds are already living unseen. Fleas cause constant itching, open sores, allergic reactions, and in small dogs or puppies, even anemia from blood loss. That black dust you find on their belly isn't dirt, it's dried blood. Flea feces. A silent warning. Monthly prevention is not optional. It's mercy. Use vet-approved flea control year-round, even for indoor dogs, because a single missed dose can unleash months of misery you'll never forget, and they'll never escape. Mistake 15. The grooming. Neglect. You might think grooming is just about looks, brushing fur, trimming nails, keeping them pretty. But for dogs, grooming is medicine. When fur mats, it pulls at their skin every time they move. Imagine wearing a tight band of hair tugging with every step, every breath. Mats trap moisture, hide infections, and create sores that never heal. Dirty ears become breeding grounds for bacteria and yeast. Untrimmed nails twist their paws, altering how they walk, damaging joints and spine. Even unexpressed anal glands can rupture, causing sepsis and agony most owners never see until it's too late. Grooming isn't luxury, it's survival. Brush long-haired dogs daily, short-haired weekly. Trim nails monthly. Clean ears gently. Check for bumps or pain every time you touch them. Those few minutes of care are the difference between comfort and years of hidden suffering. Mistake 16. The vaccination gamble. Some owners skip vaccines thinking, my dog never goes outside, they're safe. But viruses don't knock. They ride in on your shoes, your clothes, even a simple breeze from an open window. Parvovirus can live in soil for years. One contaminated shoe can bring death into your home. Distemper attacks the brain, leaving survivors paralyzed or blind. Rabies. Once symptoms appear, it's always fatal. Veterinarians call unvaccinated indoor dogs silent ticking bombs, safe today, doomed tomorrow. And when illness strikes, treatment is long, expensive, and often heartbreaking. Vaccines are not about fear. They're about protection, love turned into action. Don't gamble with the life that depends entirely on you. A few minutes at the vet can mean years of safety, health, and peace of mind. We've now covered the care that protects their bodies, the brushing, the medicine, the prevention. But there's one more layer left: the emotional bond. Because even the healthiest dog will break inside if the person they love most turns that love into punishment, silence, or misunderstanding. Mistake 17. The punishment trap. You come home, see the mess, and your heart sinks. The torn couch, the puddle on the floor. Your voice rises before you even think, bad dog. But here's the truth: your dog has no idea what you're yelling about. Dogs live in the now. They can't connect your anger to something that happened hours ago. To them, your shouting feels like thunder from the person they trust most. That guilty look you think you see. It's not guilt. It's fear. It's confusion. It's heartbreak. Punishment doesn't teach obedience. It teaches silence, fear, distance. The dog that once wagged their tail when you came home now lowers their head, bracing for the storm. Love doesn't shout. Love guides. Reward the behavior you want. Redirect the behavior you don't. If there's an accident, look inward first. Maybe they waited too long. Maybe they were scared. Your voice can break them or heal them. The choice is always yours. Mistake 18. The communication. Mistake dogs talk every day, just not with words. They speak through posture, eyes, breathing, even silence. But we rarely listen. That sudden pause before a walk, the refusal to eat, the way they hide under the table, those aren't quirks. They're language. They're saying, I'm hurting, or I'm scared, or simply, something's wrong. Veterinarians say most illnesses are already advanced by the time owners notice because they mistake behavior changes for personality. The lazy dog might have heart disease. The grumpy one could be in chronic pain. Pay attention. Notice when they change. When their tail stops wagging the same way. when they hesitate before jumping on the bed, when their eyes seem distant. That's your chance to save them, to be their voice when they have none. Communication isn't about training words, it's about learning their silence. Mistake 19. The love delusion. We think love is enough. We hug them, buy toys, post cute photos, and tell ourselves they're happy. But love without understanding can hurt more than hate. Your dog doesn't need perfect pictures. They need time. They don't want luxury beds, they want your presence. They don't understand later, they live entirely in the moment you give them. Love means learning what they truly need, not what makes you feel good. It means noticing when they're off, taking them to the vet before it's too late, walking them even when it rains, brushing them even when you're tired. Because love isn't a feeling, it's a responsibility. The kind that feeds, protects, teaches, and heals. The kind that gives everything and asks for nothing back except one thing: your attention. You are their world. Their every heartbeat belongs to you. And when you get it right, the way they look at you changes, not with fear, not with confusion, but with the purest form of trust that exists on earth. We've just walked through the hidden mistakes that so many of us make, not out of cruelty, but out of love misunderstood. But here's the beautiful truth. Every one of these mistakes can be fixed today. Start with the basics. Move with them. Give them clean water. Touch them gently. Speak with kindness. Notice their signals. Take them to the vet before it's too late. None of it requires perfection, only presence. Your dog has no other world but you. No other safety. No other family. Every breath they take, every look in their eyes, every wag of their tail, it's all for you. So don't feel guilty. Feel grateful. Because now you know. You have the power to make the rest of their life the best of their life. And maybe tonight, before you go to bed, kneel down, look into their eyes, and whisper, "I understand now." Because in the end, love doesn't need words, just action. Which mistake surprised you the most? Tell me in the comments below. And stay tuned. In the next video, we'll uncover 10 vet secrets every dog owner should know. Your dog depends on you. Start today.